Battle through the heavens. Which powerful people came to Xiao Yan's wedding? The ancestor of Danta personally sent gifts, and Yuan used space teleportation to send an entire mountain range. In the original novel of Battle Through the Heavens, Xiao Yan's wedding was nothing short of an earth-shattering event, not only for the Jiama Empire or the Central Plains, but for the entire Dou Qi Continent. This was not a wedding of mortals. It was a union blessed and witnessed by countless almighty beings, figures who stood at the pinnacle of the continent, individuals whose very presence could shake the heavens and earth. The grandeur of this wedding surpassed anything people had ever seen before. To understand its scale, we must first look at the timing. The wedding date was carefully chosen, taking place 3 months after Xiao Yan's decisive battle against the Dou Emperor. That battle not only cemented Xiao Yan's position as the hero of the continent, but also marked the fall of one of the most terrifying enemies in history. With the continent finally at peace, Xiao Yan could turn his attention to his lifelong promise. The vow he made in Wutan City, that he would marry Xun'er, the girl who had silently accompanied him through all his trials. Yet fate works in mysterious ways. Before Xun'er, Xiao Yan had already formed a bond with Kai Lin, the Snake People Queen, who had stood by him when he was still far from the peak. Their daughter Xiao Xiao was already born by this time, a living symbol of their love. Thus, when the wedding bells rang, the sight of two peerless beauties, Xun'er, daughter of the ancient clan, and Kai Lin, the Medusa Queen, both walking side by side as Xiao Yan's brides, shocked not just the continent, but the entire world. This was something no one could have imagined, a sight never before seen and perhaps never to be repeated. The first honored guest to arrive was none other than the Patriarch of Danta. This was no ordinary Dou Sheng, but a living fossil, a figure who had lived for thousands of years, whose prestige surpassed that of many clans. Even the Dou Emperor himself had to show him respect. Yet on this day, the Danta Patriarch appeared in person, and what's more, he came bearing the most precious treasure of the Danta Tower, the Nine-Turn Samsara Pill. This pill was legendary, a divine elixir said to grant a Dou Sheng the power to reverse reincarnation itself. When death approached, the pill could give its user another chance, essentially granting them a second life. For countless years, this pill had never been taken out of Danta's treasury. Yet for Xiao Yan's wedding, it was gifted without hesitation. This act alone left countless guests dumbfounded. What kind of face did Xiao Yan have that even the Danta Patriarch would be willing to part with such a treasure? But if that seemed extraordinary, Yuan's arrival pushed the event to another level. As the leader of the ancient clan, Yuan stood at the very peak of the Dou Qi Continent, a 9-star Dou Sheng whose might was unrivaled. On this day, Yuan displayed his mastery over space itself. With a single wave of his hand, he unleashed a spatial teleportation technique so powerful that he moved an entire mountain range, the Tianling Mountains, directly from the ancient realm to Xiao Yan's wedding venue. The sheer might of this act was indescribable. As the mountains descended, Dou Qi storms raged across the sky, dispersing clouds for hundreds of miles. The land itself trembled under the force of the spatial ripples. Witnessing such a gift, the entire continent was left speechless. A wedding where one father-in-law gifts a mountain range. This was something that only Xiao Yan could achieve. Not to be outdone, Taixu ancient dragon emperor Zhu Kun, father of Yixian, also arrived with a gift that made even Dou Sheng experts' hearts race. He brought forth a jade bottle containing 3 drops of ancient dragon emperor's essence blood. These golden drops radiated divine light, their energy so terrifying that the heavens seemed to resonate with them. It was said that even 1 drop could allow an ordinary person to ascend to the Dou Sheng realm, while 3 drops together could push Yixian, who already had extraordinary bloodline potential, directly to the threshold of Dou Di. Such a gift was beyond priceless, symbolizing Zhu Kun's absolute recognition of Xiao Yan as his son-in-law. Looking around the venue, the VIP seats were filled with other figures who also presented extraordinary gifts. Yao Lao, Xiao Yan's lifelong teacher and mentor, contributed the Burning Secrets, a unique technique for controlling heavenly flames. Xiao Yixian, carrying the Sky Poison Body, presented the Sky Poison Pearl, an artifact capable of neutralizing all poisons under heaven. Hai Bodong, once the Ice Emperor of the Jiama Empire, offered a map of the empire's territory, a nostalgic reminder of Xiao Yan's early struggles against the Yunlin sect. Even the Snake People tribe presented a rare offering, the shed skin of the seven-colored sky-swallowing python, a treasure with endless potential. Meanwhile, the remnants of the Soul Clan, seeking to atone for their sins, offered the Soul Emperor's Emperor blood-slaying blade. But Xiao Yan, firm in his principles, refused to accept such a tainted weapon. Instead, he sealed it deep within the earth, forever bearing the symbol of his enemy's tyranny. Yet what truly set Xiao Yan apart was not just the treasures he received, but how he used them. The Nine-Turn Samsara Pill was not hoarded for his own benefit, but placed within the Flame Alliance treasury, reserved to save future heroes who might one day fight to protect the continent. The Myriad Beast Cauldron, another priceless gift, became an academy treasure to help future generations of alchemists. The python's shed skin was reforged into the defensive core of a citywide formation, protecting the people under Xiao Yan's rule. Most astonishing of all was what Xiao Yan did with Gu Yuan's mountains and Zhu Kun's essence blood. Rising into the skies, he activated his newfound Dou Emperor's power. With his left hand, he lifted the Tianling Mountains, while with his right, he crushed the essence blood of the ancient Dragon Emperor. Using his unparalleled control, he fused these two gifts into the Earth's veins. In an instant, the entire continent trembled, and the source energy that had been dry for 1,000 years surged forth once more. Like a fountain bursting from deep underground, heaven and earth energy overflowed, rejuvenating the entire Dou Qi Continent. Thus, Xiao Yan's wedding was far more than a romantic affair. It was a carefully orchestrated plan, one that revitalized the continent itself. Every gift, every gesture, was woven into his greater vision, not for himself, but for the people. As Xiao Yan raised his cup in a toast that day, he declared, "Today everyone has given me gifts. I, Xiao Yan, will lend them to the heavens and return a prosperous era of cultivation to the world." Even those who could not attend left their blessings. Yuan and Nalan Yanran sent a bouquet of 9-colored spiritual flowers. Old friends such as Lin Xiuya and Liu Qing drank to their heart's content in a side hall, reminiscing about the old days. Xiao Yan's eldest brother, Xiao Ding, quietly shed tears as he watched his younger siblings stand at the center of such glory, murmuring, "This boy has truly brought the Xiao family to heights we never dared dream of." In the end, Xiao Yan's wedding was not only a celebration of love, but a symbol of victory, legacy, and rebirth. The presence of Dou Sheng experts, the treasures gifted by ancient clans, and the revival of the Dou Qi Continent itself all converged into a single, unforgettable moment in history. It was a wedding that united families, clans, races, and even the heavens and earth themselves. A wedding befitting the man who would be remembered forever as the Dou Emperor. And that concludes the tale of Xiao Yan's wedding, the grandest celebration the Dou Qi Continent had ever witnessed. From the arrival of almighty Dou Shengs, to the priceless gifts that shook the world, to the revival of heaven and earth itself. This was more than a union of love, it was the beginning of a new era. What do you think about the scale of Xiao Yan's wedding? Which gift impressed you the most? The Nine-Turn Samsara Pill, the Tianling Mountains, or the ancient Dragon Emperor's blood? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the world of Battle Through the Heavens. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep your fighting spirit burning.